Welcome to our new videocast. Let's talk wireless IoT. The videocast is powered by RFID and Wireless IoT Tomorrow 2021 and will feature exhibitors, sponsors and speakers of the event. You want to meet the RFID and Wireless IoT experts live? No problem. Make sure to get a ticket and join the live event RFID and Wireless IoT Tomorrow 2021 in the RMCC in Wiesbaden, Germany. Or join the simultaneous virtual event that will contain live streams from the conference on-site and numerous speakers, as well as webinars, roundtables and of course easy to use communication systems. But for now, let's focus on the guests. See you in Wiesbaden. Welcome to our 6th episode of Let's Talk Wireless IoT, powered by RFID and Wireless IoT Tomorrow 2021. Our today's guest is Mr. Thomas Brunner, Managing Director from Kathrein Solutions. And as usually, we have prepared 3 different question blocks focusing on some personal questions for Mr. Brunner itself. Of course, we talk about Kathrein itself, about projects at Kathrein, and what Kathrein Solutions has in stock or prepared for the RFID and Wireless IoT Tomorrow 2021. So let's welcome our today's guest.
Hello.
Yeah, good morning, Mr. Brunner. How are you doing?
Good morning. Yes, I'm fine. I'm in my office in Stephanskirchen in south of Bavaria. And yeah, I'm happy to be here and creating this interview with you.
Yes, of course. So it's great to have you here. It's 9 o'clock in the morning, a bit earlier than usual, but I think we both are 100% awake and ready to go on, right?
Yes, I'm in my office since 1.5 hours.
Okay, yeah, perfect. So let's start with our first question. So one of the most important questions right in front is, of course, can everybody who is now listening or watching this video or this recording, can they meet you in person on site? So the first question is, will you be on site at the RMCC in Wiesbaden?
Yes, for sure. So I will be personally there. We will also have our own booth on the exhibition. So it's one of our most important exhibitions in the year, and we are really happy that it can be run in real life as a real exhibition with a face-to-face meetings possible. And yeah, we are also sponsoring the event, so I'm really happy to be there.
Okay, so everybody who is listening to this, the podcast version, or who is watching us in the videocast version, Mr. Brunner will be also on site at the booth, and I'm sure you will be more than delighted to talk about more detailed questions, if some maybe rise up during our conversation today.
Yes.
Okay, so what is your personal role at Kathrein Solutions, and how long have you already been with the company?
Yeah, so my role is I'm one of the 2 managing directors in Kathrein Solutions. The job is divided. I'm mostly focused on the technical stuff, on the commercial stuff, sales stuff, product management, development. That is in my role. And my colleague, Mr. Daniel Skalda, is responsible for finance and for all the operation and in production and logistics and purchasing issues. I'm in the company, though in the Kathrein Solutions GmbH, and with his former entities, I'm in the role of the IoT business since 2007. So we were one of the first companies in Europe, Germany and Europe, who are working on the new RAIN RFID standard for UHF RFID. In total, in the Kathrein group, I am since a really long time, since 1994. So I started my education at Kathrein and worked in several business units, from mobile communication systems up to automotive systems and antenna systems for automotive. And in the last period, since the beginning of the RFID stuff, I'm focused on IoT, RFID, RTLS technology.
Okay, so you started your career in 1994, already at at the Kathrein Group.
In different legal entities in Kathrein, but nearly nearly the whole time in the Kathrein Group, with only some interruptions for study and for the education.
Okay, so if I counted correctly, that's roughly 27 years ago. That
Really?
absolutely amazing. So I can imagine how much Kathrein itself, the products, the structure of the company, how much all of that developed along such a long time, close to 30 years. So yeah, absolutely. Absolutely interesting. How would you rate this journey past the last 27 years?
No, I were lucky. So I had in the past always the possibility to change the business units from different positions, starting in the R&D departments in developing electronics and antenna technology, up to working closely with OEM customers like BMW. I was very long responsible for the automotive antenna business for BMW, working on site in Munich. And on the next step, it was more focused on creating a new business, a startup structure with new activities, with new employees outside of the big Kathrein group organization. And that was very often very new stuff to do. And that's perhaps the reason why I never had the need to change the company to do different stuff by changing the company. So I could it always realize inside the Kathrein group.
Okay, so it never got boring because there are so
No,
much different fields, so much
yes,
different
yeah.
options, partners to work with, and different challenges, of course, as well. Yeah, absolutely great if a company can offer this wide branch of options. Okay, perfect. So you already talked about what or how the responsibilities are divided between the two managing director functions, and you said you are also focusing on the technology and of sales activities, for example. But are there specific products or technology solutions you are specifically in charge of?
Yeah, the overall Kathrein Solutions is offering two different main technology standards. One of them, our historical oldest activities are started in 2007 with the ISO 18006C RFID UHF standard. So we are offering RFID readers, antennas, equipment for installing the readers and the antennas. We are offering a powerful software platform to collect all the raw data of the installed readers, to filter it and to create an event and send the event into the backend systems like ERP systems, SAP systems, production systems, whatever. And this is mostly focused on long-term installations, like you have it in industrial automation, you have it in logistic environment. We are strongly focused on vehicle identification, for tolling systems, for vehicle registration solutions, and also railway is a strong branch of our business, where we are identifying trains and wagons during their movement on the tracks. Now, all the products are extremely quality, though they are IP, very high IP rating that you can install it outdoor. The product has a lifetime of more than 10 years without any services. The products are easily to connect, though the connectivity of the devices is quite flexible, though there are possibilities to connect it via Ethernet, but also via wireless stuff like Wi-Fi, Bluetooth, or 4G mobile communication. So it's a very independent solution, only needs electricity. Also, solar-powered electricity solutions are available for special places to install such a read point, and that is the main stuff. And since 2 years, we are also offering a new technology. It's a portfolio of a real-time location system. You UWB based, so it's the latest generation of RTLS system, real-time location system, to localize objects inside of closed buildings. So not outside. Outside you can use GPS to localize an object, but inside of a production hall, inside of a logistic area, there is now the possibility with some powerful RTLS system to capture such objects with extremely high precision. There are precisions possible of less than 50 centimeters with very high populations of transponders. Up to 10 to 15,000 pieces can be inside of such a network. And Kathrein is offering the whole hardware for this solution, and in combination with our crosstalk software platform, also the integration layer that our partner network can easily trust on this solution and can create quotations to the end customers with a very low risk level. So they can be sure that Kathrein is able to do the blueprint phase together with the partner. What stuff is needed, is the application solvable, and to reduce risk and to make the margin for a quotation as big as possible, and supporting partners in the best way, not only with a good hardware and a good software. The third service we offer is not only hardware, software, it's also a strong consulting team with up to 10 people who are able to work together with our partners on the end customer side to find out the right solution, the right way. Should we use RFID passive UHF, or should we use an RTLS system? Those technologies have his benefits. RFID UHF tagging is very cheap. The transponders are passive, so you can tag a huge population of products with a low investment. But on the other hand, RTLS system is extremely precise. You can create an extremely precise localization information and can track the movement of the products. But the investment on the transponder side is higher. Though it's not a one-way transponder, but the rear-assisted transponder. It's much more complex, but the right choice for the right application. That's also our part, to be a fair partner and a fair technology partner for our partner network.
Okay, so thank you for this great overview. So for everybody who is now even more interested in more details for the different application fields and technologies you just mentioned, maybe this is a good moment to say that, for example, for the RTLS solutions or localization solutions, there will be also a lecture from Michael Kaiser from Kathrein Solutions on site in the conference. So make sure to follow this lecture to get even more information about this. And there's a wide variety of articles that Kathrein Solutions did together with the RFID and Wireless IoT Global editorial team, and also covering one or two of the points you just mentioned. For example, maintenance, rail car bodies, construction solutions, laundry solutions for hospitals. So make sure to check these articles out to be perfectly prepared to go in even more detailed conversations with the Kathrein solution experts at booth 36. So you just mentioned that you even have a consulting team to make sure that the right technology, the right solutions can be found for the individual system of the partner, where some kind of benefits or benefits have to be created. So is that done directly, or is it mainly done via partners?
So our strategy in selling our hardware, software services is focused nearly 100% via partners. So as Kathrein Solutions, we offer all the components a partner needs to be able to realize such a project on site. So from looking into the history, in the past we had strongly educated RFID system integrators, quite well known and trained on the RFID technology and how this technology works and what is the right selection of readers and antennas and all this stuff. But that is a very limited possibility to sell this innovative solution. So it is more the focus on enable rollouts and selling the solutions via a wider range of partners, mostly IT integrators, IT system integrators, companies who are responsible for the IT infrastructure, for the logistic infrastructure on big blue chip companies. And these big system integrators are not really focused on RFID, and they do not have his own RFID or RTLS team, though they are very happy to have a partner in the back like Kathrein, who can do all this stuff. We can select the right hardware. We can create the read point design. We can do 3D field simulations, how many readers, RTLS nodes we are need. It's need for covering a big area. We can send our consulting team globally with a partner together to the end customer to make a site survey. So it's fully scalable. It can be only hardware. It can be only software. It can be consulting in combination with hardware and software, though it's very flexible, and the partner can choose what he needs to be well prepared in front of the end customer.
Okay, I see. Is there maybe a specific project or solution you can think of that you are involved in via partners, without name any brand name? I know that is somehow difficult. Could you perhaps describe an application or solution?
I think one of the biggest projects we realized in the last 2 years is it is in the Middle East area. It is a countrywide vehicle registration project, though the goal is to digitalize the whole fleet of vehicles in a whole country. There are more than 15 million vehicles, personal vehicles in a country, in combination with a technical inspection solution, though the goal is that these vehicles have to go into a technical inspection every year. That was 3 years ago not the current status in the country, and in combination by forcing the car owners to make every year a basic technical inspection, like a brake test and testing the tires to reduce accidents, it was necessary to enforce if people are following this government rule by joining the technical inspection every year. And the solution was developed by us together with a local partner. And the solution is to equip all the vehicles with UHF RFID transponders. The personal cars are equipped with windshield stickers, the motorcycles, the two-wheelers with so-called headlamp tags. These are specific transponders you can put in front of the headlamp of such a motorcycle. It's auto-proofed, it's ruggedized, it's UV protected for a long lifetime. All these transponder solutions are also developed by Kathrein and together with a partner. And to enforce the vehicles, there are up to 60 read zones all over the country, entrance into the big cities, border control, and then you can see how many of these cars are equipped with a transponder and if they did the technical inspection in the last 12 months. So that was the first step of this really huge project. The next step now is that these government transponder, and the transponder is based on the NXP U-code DNA security RFID UHF chip with a strongly and a powerful cryptographic engine inside, so that the communication between the transponders and the readers is fully safe. It's fully encrypted. And based on this transponder and based on this solution now, and that is what currently is going on in this country, and the next phase, that is now the rollout of the new highway tolling system. So the country has a quite huge highway network with a lot of thousands of kilometers of highways. And till now they have an old style of tolling system where you have to stop on a toll plaza, put your coin in a basket, and the barrier is open. And now it's fully replaced. It was a little bit delayed by Corona, but in 2021 we could ship the first lot of the countrywide tolling installation into the country, also with via a partner. The partner is a big tolling solution operator who is offering tolling solutions, and that's our OEM partner in this case. and it's now to create all this new technology and all this new stuff on the existing and on new built tolling plazas to make an automatic free flow tolling solution. There's no need to stop and to put coins into a basket or to pay with a credit card. So it's a fully automated payment system based on UHF RFID, based on the NXP chip with the security inside, and based on 100% Kathrein hardware and software. And that is it was a big challenge for us. So it is a really countrywide, huge project with a lot of security stuff, key handling stuff, how to make sure that the keys from the government are safely and real time transmitted into the tolling plazas where the Kathrein readers are. We also were responsible for the key insertion process. So together with our partner, we created a powerful solution for the government that the government can put the security keys into the transponders by themselves. So they are able to do it by themselves locally in the country, what is very important for the country, that they can handle this technology by themselves. Yeah, that was a long journey. It's now in the final phase. So in this year, we will finalize, and also next year, though it's a little bit delayed regarding the semiconductor crisis, that the lead times are higher, that we will finalize it in 2022 by equipping a whole country with such a solution for vehicle registration and transform it into a tolling system based on the same digital ID for each vehicle.
Okay, absolute massive project. I can't even imagine how much details you have to deal with for a solution of this size, and how difficult it is, especially during the Corona pandemic, to make sure that all preparation and installations are going on for a project outside of Europe with all these restrictions and regulations and the problems in traveling. Yeah, must be, of course, very, very intense times for Kathrein Solutions for this project.
Intense time. You fully bring it to the point. So it's hard if there is no way to travel, and during some months it was really impossible to travel. It's necessary to use software video conference calls and a good documentation on the digital side that you can train the installation teams. But we have a long relationship with our partner. So our partner is also really an expert in RFID and in software. So it was the main job was done on the local side via the partners with good training from Kathrein and service level and support level with short reaction times. And thanks to my consulting team to make this happen and to make this successful. Really, it was a big joining for us.
Absolutely great that there is this high skilled and trust partner on site that you can also rely on. I think that is absolutely key for projects of this size, especially in this situation that nobody could expect to have these kind of partners.
Yeah, definitely.
Okay, so if I remember correctly, there was also the Kathrein Solutions NXP Tönnies event at the Sachsenring is correct, right? And it was also an example for a tolling solution or vehicle identification, right?
Yeah, that was somewhere prepared in front of these projects, or it was in the early stage of these projects. But we do this stuff of vehicle registration and tolling. Not only in Middle East areas, so we do this business mostly globally. It's not so focused in Europe. So in Europe we have some history in active RFID solution for tolling, but all outside of European Union, the RFID UHF stuff is quite in a good position to get used by the government for tolling solutions. So its investment is lower. It's an international ISO standard, so it can be. It's also important from the government view to prove on a standardized solution and not on a proprietary solution. That is why it's very welcome to use RFID in that. And since NXP introduced the UCO DNA chip, it's from the security and network security issue fully possible to solve all these requirements on the security side. It was in front of the UKDNA DNA chip not really possible. So the communication between reader and tag is not crypted, and the data security is not as high as you need it for personal data, for payment data, for credit card data. That is and that drives our business massively. We do it together with partners. Tönnies is one of our most important partners in the field of vehicle registration. And we have several OEM partners. We are working mostly in tolling environment. So it's from the application. From the application, it's nearly the same from the reader antenna installation. So we have to capture a car on a highway, on a roadside, by having installed antennas on gantries. So it's from the application nearly the same. So it's important that it runs also on high speed. So it's not a really good solution if you have a secure communication between reader and tag, but due to the higher data rates, you have to transfer. The maximum speed limit is at whatever 100 kilometers an hour. So the bad guys only have to drive faster, then they cannot capture. And our goal was to create a solution who can use up to 200 kilometers an hour. And that was the reason for this event in the Sachsenring, to show how fast secure identification, fully encrypted identification, including key handling, can be done with a Kathrein-based solution, Kathrein NXP-based solution. From the transponder side, it's NXP. From the reader side, it's our technology.
Okay. Yeah. I still can remember that the car that was used to prove that very high speed is still possible to get an accurate data in the end. The car was, I think it was a Porsche 911 going on full speed, and so that was a pretty good example that up to 200 kilometers is no problem.
Yes, it's the straight part of the racetrack is not so long in Saxony, in the Sachsenring. So it was really a powerful car needed, that you can get up to 200 kilometers an hour inside of 500, 600 meters only. But yeah, it with really forcing the car as strong as possible, it was possible to drive 200 kilometers an hour and a little bit faster.
Yeah. Okay. So we already talked about challenges, especially for projects outside of Europe and of the size that you just mentioned. But what would you personally count most challenging for these projects?
It depends on Corona or non-Corona times. So in the past, where we often technical requirements are mostly challenging us. So as an example, to make secure identification up to 200 kilometers an hour, that was a big challenge in the R&D teams, in the software teams. In Corona times, we had a quite big challenge in supporting our partners in rolling out projects, and it's not possible for us to join them, to meet them, to be on site. So we created our Kathrein Academy now, where is a powerful digitalized academy where our trainers, specially trained in training and experts in our technology, that we are able to fit out quite efficient a specific training program for partners. Depends on the vertical markets they are working, depends on the technology they want to use, or depends if they are beginners or experts who did some stuff with our did something with our stuff in the past. So that is a Kathrein Training Academy. Can be also get more information on our booth to explain this way how we are train our partners. And what currently is most challenging is getting big orders, but not able to buy semiconductors in the right time. So we have quite huge problems since end of last year, mid of last year, that lead time of electronic components, mostly semiconductors, are increasing dramatically. So in the past, we had lead time for a chip wafer of 10 weeks, something else, and now we are getting lead times up to 40 weeks. So it's extremely important to have a very, very good planning in the purchasing department by buying the components, in planning the volumes. Yeah, and that is a really strong challenge. So you have not really good information. What is the situation in 3 months or in 6 months or in 1 year? You have to buy stuff in front of getting the contract of the end customer or of the partner. So it's a lot of risk. And for me as managing director, that is currently the most challenging stuff to do the right things in advance.
Especially the semiconductor shortage you just mentioned was also in topics in videocasts we did before. That is absolutely a challenging situation, this shortage, and it will be of course a topic for the event on site for a lot of people as well.
Definitely.
So make sure to stop at the Kathrein solutions booth and talk to the experts, because especially in this time it's even more important to have very close communication to make sure that every projects are planned well, every information is on the table to react on the shortage, and make sure that everybody has the information that is needed. Yeah,
definitely.
Okay, so that brings me already to my third and final question block, questions related to the event itself. What does the participation at the Tomorrow 21 mean for your company and for you personally?
Yeah, first of all, it's really important that we can go back to a normal business life. So exhibitions are extremely important for our sales and marketing strategy. In the past, we have highlight exhibitions, and one of them is the Wireless IoT Tomorrow for sure. Other exhibitions are the Intertraffic in Amsterdam, or big events focused on our verticals where we are active. So I'm really happy that this solution will get in real. And we are extremely impressed with the persistence in how the team makes this fair possible. That is really amazing for our side, though it's quite hard. That is what we know from other events, to create the event in this size with all the rules for COVID. And yeah, it's very important. Also a very important sign for our industry. And it helps a lot, definitely. And it's good to meet the people. So since 2 years, a lot of these people I saw last time. So I'm happy for that.
Absolutely, I couldn't agree more. We are happy as well, and we are more than happy to welcome Kathrein Solutions. And this is maybe a good time to say that Kathrein Solutions is not a regular exhibitor, but a platinum sponsor of the event itself. And not only for this year, but I think Kathrein Solutions is sponsor and partner of the event for more than 10 years now. So you were already there when the event started in a very small scale, and you also were part of the event when it developed over the time. And of course, you're also a very strong partner of the editorial team and the publishing house itself. So if you are looking for more information about Kathrein Solutions, then you have a variety of information available. There are articles, for example, there are lectures on site, there's the booth itself, there will be a virtual Kathrein Solutions booth, and of course the live stream. And there are also recordings of the Think Wireless IoT days, especially the lecture from Mr. Kaiser about a combination of RFID and RTLS.
Yes.
So make sure to check that out as well, to be perfectly prepared to go in even more detailed communication with the experts on site. For example, also Mr. Brunner, who will be at the booth 36, one of the biggest booths on site. So that drives me already to my second question. Is the exhibition important for Kathrein Solutions, especially during the corona pandemic? You already said that it was not possible to meet now for roughly 2 years, and of course that changed how fairs were done before. How important is it that we can now start again with meeting each other?
It's extremely important. Though the Wireless IoT Tomorrow is it starts as a German European exhibition, but it's a really global exhibition in the meantime, and especially for our smaller and nice industry, RFID, also IoT, wireless IoT, and RTLS technology. It is a really focused exhibition globally. There's a lot of international visitors. There are a lot of international companies exhibit over there. And for us, it's extremely important. We have a lot of fixed booked meetings slots on the booth in the meantime. Though the possibility to meet face to face it's the first time after starting Corona that it's possible to meet our partners, our customers, end customers, and also competitors. So it's also important to talk to our competitors, to meet these guys and talk what is going on the standardization activities, RAIN standard, and new reader interfaces. We have a lot of stuff on to talk together.
Yeah, absolutely. I'm looking so much forward to hear all these creative communications, to see people interacting again personally, to talk about everything that maybe was developed past the last 1.5 up to 2 years. Yeah, so that brings me already to my last question today, and that is maybe one of the most important ones. We already heard a lot about projects, of course, but what products or solutions will you and your team be presenting at the booth in Wiesbaden?
Due to the long break, we have several new products that we did a lot of R&D in the last 2 years. So we will present the latest version of our RTLS UWB solution, which now available in 3 different technologies, how to measure and how to calculate the position of the tag. So it's there's one version you can get the most advanced precision with less than 40 centimeters in industrial environment. We have one version where we can capture the position, calculate the position with a different physical way, where the precision is a little bit less. It's less than 1 meter, but battery lifetime is up to 10 times higher. So, and it's very nice that we have now can present now a 3rd version where we can use this technology also outdoor for the positioning of objects outside of the buildings of the site, and that helps a lot to be scalable and to select these features only via software. So it's no need to have different hardware. You can change the localization algorithm by software. You can set it in the system, and the transponder moves during different zones in the production, the logistic, and based on the needs you have in different zones, the precision can be chosen dynamically. It is on the RTLS side. On the RFID side, we will show a fully new reader. It's our RRU 1400. It's a basic reader with 30 dBm output power, with 4-port antenna interface, with IP40 housing. So it's a very cost-effective industrial reader for the integration into small environments. So the reader is much smaller as the big readers, the IP65, the outdoor readers. We will show a fully new 30-degree wide range antenna. That is our most powerful antenna in the past, where we have the biggest market share on it inside of our antenna portfolio. The antenna is well known in tolling systems, in vehicle registration, and also for dock doors, for logistics. And though we did a fully new design, the antenna is now more powerful in the antenna characteristics. The antenna is smaller as the antenna before, and the antenna is very flexible in the different way how to mount the antenna. You can mount the antenna in a wall mount. You can mount it on a pole. You can mount it horizontally or vertically, but all is integrated into the mechanical concept of the antenna. And the antenna is also designed in a much newer design as the former antenna. The former antenna was in the meantime now in end of life. So we did everything new, and it's also interesting to present this product on the exhibition. And we will also show some new features on crosstalk on the software side, but that will be presented on the booth. And let's come to us, and we are happy. Though Michael Kaiser, our product manager, is also on site, and all the experts here for hardware, software, and consulting to talk to our customers and partners.
Perfect. So you just heard that Kathrein Solutions will present nearly all kind of new developments that took place, absolutely up to date product information. See what is now possible, what changed, what these new products offer. Talk to the experts, talk to the consulting teams. I'm sure that the Kathrein expert team on site will be well prepared, more than well prepared, to ask or to provide all kind of information that you are looking for. So make sure to stop by at the booth, to make sure to follow the lectures, of course. Let's get in contact again and see what is possible, how to generate new benefits by just getting on a new level, using the partners on site to see how easy it is also in some cases. And I think especially during the Corona time, a lot of companies, doesn't matter the size, from middle to large, maybe even smaller companies, saw how important it is to be efficient, to generate benefits, don't waste resources, don't waste time, make sure that the logistic processes are on point and all of that. And now it is especially important to for those companies to get in contact with the experts, and the experts will be on site in the exhibition, and they have all the answers for these questions.
Yes.
Okay, so I'm absolutely looking forward to welcome you and the whole Kathrein team in person in Wiesbaden. To see the conference, to see the exhibition, and if possible, maybe have time to drink a coffee. And just more than great, then it is possible again to meet in Wiesbaden.
Yes, I'm really happy to be there, and thank you for the interview, and have a nice day. And weekend is also in front of us, and joining the last summer days in this year, and preparing us for the booth and for the exhibition.
Okay, thank you very much for your time. Thank you for your great answers, for your insights in Kathrein, and also your personal answers. And see you in Wiesbaden.
See you in Wiesbaden. Thank you.
You're welcome. Bye.
You're welcome. Bye-bye.
Thank you for watching the Let's Talk Wireless IoT session. If you have any questions, feel free to reach out and stay up to date on the event website or on our LinkedIn page. Hope to see you for the next Let's Talk Wireless IoT episode or in Wiesbaden.